And we are live. This is True Hooligan Podcast, episode number 4, I think, right?
Yeah, it's 4.
We kind of stopped for a little while, but that's mostly because we were having a hard time figuring out how to splice all the audio together.
Yeah, that was not fun trying to figure everything out.
You deleted your audio that one time on X. We had recorded an hour and a half long podcast.
It was 2 hours.
Yeah, with a guest.
Yeah, with Nate.
And with Nate. And
sucks for Nate because viewers won't be able to hear his voice for a long time.
Yeah, and we finished the podcast. Nate signs off Google, and we all I have everybody send me their audio. Nate sends me his, no problem. Spencer sends me his, no problem. And suddenly Jared's like, "Uh-oh," and we're like, "What happened?" He goes, "The audio's gone." We're like, "Where'd it go?" He's like, I think I deleted it on accident. So we lost that episode. But so we kind of got discouraged and we stopped for a while. But I feel like I get so tired of making that we're back video because I feel like we do it so fucking often that it becomes like.
So I'm not gonna say that we're back.
Yeah,
but we're making another podcast.
I don't know.
We took a little break.
Yeah. How often are we able to make these? Because now we're doing the format we're gonna try and do them in now is just a round table where we're all kind of in the same place doing a Joe Rogan type thing or a Breakfast Club type scenario. But I don't know how often we're gonna make them. If for 2 months at least, I'm not gonna be home every single day. But
Jimmy's in college and
if we can find one day a week though where I can pop in and we can do this, that'd be cool.
Might have to resort to trying to do the old way.
Once
that way
or twice.
sucked.
But to be honest, though, it's only 2 more months.
That's true.
It's March, April, and then I'm home in May.
When do you go on spring break?
Spring break is this weekend.
This weekend?
Yeah, I have a tournament this weekend, and then once that's done, it's spring break for another week and a half.
Spring break!
Spring break! Go to Cali, bro!
Well, especially, you might not know this. Do you know when my spring break is?
I'm not sure.
Because I don't know if that's...
I don't think they sync up.
I think mine's in April or something.
Yours, I think high school follows the Easter calendar, doesn't it? So
mine's not for a while.
I have Easter break too.
Yeah.
That's only a weekend though.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be soon because we got the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah. But St. Patrick's Day parade is this Saturday, right?
It is.
Yeah, the 11th.
I'm not gonna be home
in Chicago. I don't know.
Chi-Town, South
about any of the other cities.
No other city does Chi-Town though. I'm sure there's St. Patrick's Day
New York.
parade.
I don't know.
There's no way New York has the St. Patrick's Day parade.
I don't know why,
Chicago.
but Chicago has a big Irish thing.
It's Polish and Ireland is Chicago, and then Italy. New York, you hear about I'm walking here. It's probably a lot of large Italian population in New York and New Jersey specifically. The Jersey Shore. But whatever. Back to the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can talk about first. We can talk about the Switch. We can talk about Logan. We can talk about Horizon Zero Dawn. We can talk about Kevin Durant spraining his MCL.
I didn't even know that happened. Yeah, I don't pay attention to sports for the viewers.
I think you're the only one who follows sports or cares.
I know, but we can start with the Switch if you want.
Okay, let's start with the Switch.
Well, the Switch just came out. I think it's gonna be a cool precedent for this next generation, or in air quotes, next generation of consoles.
Well, at least for Nintendo.
Right, but
I think it's gonna impact everything. To be honest.
There was also. There was a leaked patent for a Nintendo-like console that Sony got the patent for. So for all we know, they could be in development of a Vita 2.
Right.
We just don't know it.
Right. What bothers me though, and this is how I feel about it. I feel like I'm gonna get kind of like Joe Rogan, LSD high on you for a minute here. I feel like we as a species, we've come so fucking far that it's for example, the Xbox. The original Xbox came out. It took 9 years before the 360 came out, right? No, less. 9 years. Way less.
No, because I know the life cycle for the
360. It's 7 years, right?
7, 8 years.
It came out in 2000, and then it was 7 or 8 years.
2005.
Right. And then the 360 came out in 2006 or 7?
I
7,
thought it was
right?
2005.
Yeah. No.
It was 2005.
No, it came out alongside Halo, which is 2006.
Yeah, because...
Was it 2006?
Yeah, because it was Halo, COD 5, Modern Warfare 2, and in 2009 they released Modern Warfare 2, which we just found a Game Informer for.
So it was 2007. Call it 07. It's a 7-year life cycle.
Yeah.
Now, here we are. The Wii U came out 2 years ago, so we have to account for that. Or no, the Wii U came out... How many years ago?
Xbox 360 was released November 22nd, 2005.
Really?
I just looked it up.
Interesting. When did... Okay. I believe you.
Yeah. I am right.
So 2005. So that means that the life cycle was
8 years.
Better to validate my point. It was an 8-year life cycle, and now here we are. We're coming out with the Scorpio
you also have to
in the
think
fall.
about the life cycle for the 360, and they've like pretty much came clean on this. The reason that the life cycle was so long was because our country was in a recession, and they didn't want to like keep pumping out consoles for people that they can't even buy because they don't even have the money for it.
So you think that they just maximized the technology of the 360 in hopes that people would just maintain that console?
Yeah, they came out with the Kinect.
Uncharted 3 pushed the limits of the PS3.
Right.
So I think, like, right after that time, they were just like, okay,
look at God of War 3. The God of War 3 ran very well on the PS3, but, like, not the way they wanted it to.
No.
You know what I mean? Because that's why they remastered it.
If they had released...
Same with The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
The Last of Us didn't utilize every single ounce of PlayStation 3's power. Or no, it did, but like...
I think if that life cycle had not if it did not last as long as it did, we would already have the PlayStation 5.
You think so?
I think it would be one year off from having the PlayStation 5 if that life cycle did not.
But what I was getting at is we were talking about this with cars earlier. What I was saying about cars, the analogy I was coming up with was like back in the day, like in like the 40s, right? I'm sure there were people like in their early 20s. They're like, what are they gonna do with computers next? Like maybe we'll get a keyboard. And what happens once we have a keyboard? What more can they do? That's kind of how I feel about cars because we've got like these heated cup holders, cooled cup holders, and it's like what more do you add to a car?
My car's got a refrigerator in it.
Right. Like what more do you add?
I'm sure that exists.
Yeah, we do have a fridge.
I just said that.
Yeah, our Flex.
Wait, you do?
Yeah, it's a fridge in the backseat. Yeah.
And freezer.
I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, that's where I keep my medicine.
That middle console in the back, Spencer, is a freezer.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
But anyway, what I'm getting at here is like, we got the self-driving cars from Tesla, and it's more or less for like bumper-to-bumper traffic. It's not really like drive you to Walmart. But yeah, we have self-driving cars. We're getting all kinds of dope shit. And it's like, what's next for cars? We can't even think about it. So computers, technology, consoles, that kind of stuff, where to next? Like, what more can you do? Like, VR is obviously getting big. But these next consoles...
I don't think VR is going to be a fad.
You think it's the next big thing?
I think it's the next big thing because they just released the stats for how much the PlayStation VR sold compared to Oculus and the Vive. The PS VR sold, it's gonna hit close to 1 million copies sometime this month, and they did not project it to even sell that much.
That's crazy.
That is actually pretty.
It sold
nuts.
more.
1 million?
Yeah, it sold more than the Oculus and Vive have sold combined.
Well, I think that's because it's a PlayStation. It's like
I'm not going out looking for the Oculus.
My Oculus or my
Vive. If I have a PlayStation at home.
Right. It's like, I can just add this to my PlayStation. I think that once those big companies, Microsoft, Google, they're separate. Microsoft, Google, Apple, Sony, Samsung, those kind of people, when they're like, you know what, fuck it, let's make a VR.
Once they get a hold of that.
Right. That's when that technology is going to hit the next level. Because we've got these innovators that are making the Oculus, that are making the Vive. And it's
Oculus is owned by Facebook.
Yeah, I knew that. But it's like, once we have these innovators...
Apple isn't doing anything with VR, are they?
Apple's too interested in feeding us shitty iPhones. But, like...
Pretty true.
For real, like, as I hold my 7 here, I had a dream about flushing my 7 down the toilet last night. I dreamt that I was in, like, a bathroom stall, and I dropped my iPhone in the toilet. And because it's waterproof, I just reached in, grabbed it, and it was all good. And I'm like, hey, look at my iPhone's invincible. It was a pretty cool... And then I went to jail. It was a fucked up dream.
My biggest pet peeve with you, Jimmy, is you do not have a case on your phone.
I hate having a case on my phone.
Both of you.
I feel like it restricts me. Like, why make a phone so damn thin and durable if I have to put a fucking $80 OtterBox case on?
I got this OtterBox for $30. It's fine. My phone is never broken. You guys break your phone all the time.
That's totally untrue. It took me 2 years to break my last phone.
But it broke.
But it took me 2 years, and the contract was expired.
I had this for 3.
I was getting a new phone anyway.
Spencer, you break your phone all the time.
You do break your phone all the time.
Used to break
Don't look at me. I'm pretty responsible.
You're prone to dropping your phone in the worst places. Yeah. We'll be getting out of the car, and he'll drop it straight on the face in the asphalt.
No! That's him. Every time he drops his phone.
Every time he drops his phone, he gives me a fat no!
Okay, back to the Switch.
Okay, back to the Switch, yeah. But what I'm saying here is the life cycle of these consoles is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The Scorpio comes out in the fall. It's not necessarily a next gen, but it's 1.5.
If they don't delay it, which it could happen.
Yeah, but it's a 1.5, right? Yeah. It's an Xbox 1.5. And isn't the Scorpio the one that's got like the interchangeable parts, like a gaming PC where you can like take the GPU out and shit like that?
I don't know if it's true.
If it's true,
I feel like that's way too complicated for
people.
Right,
that's true. But to be fair, that's where we're going. You know what I mean? This whole idea of like, oh, I just got my new graphics card for my Xbox, or I just did, whatever with my my Vive or my
I think
PlayStation
they're going to stay
VR.
away from creating consoles like PCs because they already know why people like consoles, and that it is not a PC where you have to deal with drivers, switching out parts.
Right.
I thought about buying a PC and like making my own or whatever. But
did I talk you out of that, or did you just decide not to do it?
I decided not to do it because I looked it up on YouTube and it was too damn complicated for me.
Right. And what I was telling you was it's expensive, and you were like, it's not expensive.
It's not that expensive.
If you really want to play everything, it's gonna cost you up to $1,500 to run any game you want.
I was telling him $1,500. He didn't believe me. He's like, it's not gonna cost $1,500.
I have an Asus gaming laptop that my dad got 3 years ago.
Gaming laptops are literally Satan. Like, I can't even believe you just said that you actually own one on the podcast.
My dad paid $1,300 for it.
Yeah. Don't you like the gaming PC memes where it's like a tank with like the nose bent, like the barrel like bent upward? Yeah. It's like Xbox, PlayStation, it's like an AR-15, and then like the Wii U's the backwards pistol, and then it's like a gaming laptop, it's a tank, and then it's a gaming PC's a tank, and then a gaming laptop is a tank with the barrel bent upwards.
And see, I would totally buy a PC if I had the money to buy a PC, and
right?
If I knew how to play the games on it. But you know what? I can barely buy a PlayStation 4.
Right, exactly.
I can barely figure out
the money situation is a big part.
Right, because
which is part of the reason
to be
why
honest, I want to
to
play Civ 6. Excuse me. I want to play Civ 6. I want to play Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
It's like a strategy game. But I want to play all kinds of PC games, but I don't
RuneScape.
RuneScape.
RS is still relevant.
RuneScape is relevant. Shut up. But yeah, it's like there's so many games I want to play on the PC that I just feel like if I tried to play it on my laptop or even on a desktop PC, like even a high-end one, it just wouldn't run that well.
I also like playing with the controller.
I do too.
I do too.
I don't like keyboards.
But I feel like if I had been raised on keyboard and mouse, I'd be a keyboard and mouse guy.
Well, yeah.
My first console was a Nintendo 64 in like 1999 or something stupid like that, and that's I use a remote.
Before my dad bought our 360, like a majority of the games that I have played, like in my life, were on a PC.
Really?
Yeah. Like I played Battlefront 2 first on a PC. I played RS obviously. I played a bunch of games on the PC.
I didn't play.
Actually abbreviating RS.
I didn't play RuneScape until 2005 on the PC, obviously. And other than that, I never.
But
played
like
games.
you can't even include RuneScape in PC gaming.
But
it's a desktop game.
Yeah, but whatever. I'm saying I was always a console gamer.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. I exclusively played console.
Yeah.
I got like a Nintendo 60. I don't even know what year it was, but I knew I had a Nintendo 64 before my PlayStation, and then I had a PlayStation 2, and I had a Game Boy, and then I had a Game Boy Advance, then I had a GameCube, then I had a Wii.
We had an Xbox.
Then
Xbox
I had
for
a 360. We had an Xbox for a little while.
Yeah, we only
played Halo 2.
Yeah.
And then I got a 360, and then a
for
PS4.
Like 8 years.
Yeah, for like 8 years.
I'm actually still kind of glad that I switched from Xbox to PS4.
I'm not anymore.
I am.
I want to buy an Xbox now. I'm gonna buy an Xbox.
I agree. I'm happy that I had the PlayStation because I have played some PlayStation exclusives that I've really enjoyed, and there are more PlayStation exclusives coming out that I know I'm going to enjoy. So I'm happy I have it, but I'm also upset at myself because the Xbox One has improved so much, and from what I'm hearing is the live aspects are better.
They are better. I had an Xbox
One.
One.
Online communications are better.
I had an Xbox One the first 3 months that it launched, and it just wasn't fun. It was kind of clunky.
It was broken.
It was
just a broken
not
system.
good. So I switched over to the PlayStation for 3 years later. Xbox One is catching up fast.
I don't think they're catching up fast.
You don't think they're catching
They
up?
are.
At all?
I think they've already failed.
Right, they failed.
They
right.
did, but I'm
it's
saying
over.
I'm
Scores
saying,
posted.
See, but here's the thing. They have a few exclusives. They have Halo. They got Gears. What other exclusives can you name?
I'm not even worried about that.
But here's the
They're
thing.
shutting down studios.
But here's the thing. Listen, Halo and Gears on its own outweighs almost every single PlayStation exclusive. What does PlayStation have? God of War.
We got God of War. We now have a series. I'm the only one here that's played Horizon so far. So they're going to make a series out of that. They have Uncharted. They got...
Fuck Uncharted. Everyone overhypes that series.
They can bring back Jack and Daxter. They
right,
can
but
keep
like
doing
I can
Sly.
play Jack and Daxter on my 8-year-old PlayStation 2.
But you wouldn't be able to play the new one if
But
they
they're
made the new
not
one.
they're not doing it. I don't think they are.
This is all hypothetical.
Right. Okay. Well, if we're doing hypotheticals, Xbox is gonna release Halo 7, 8, 9, and 10 next year. Like,
Let's not
or
get that far.
Halo Reach 2, like my favorite Halo of all time. Like, yeah, if we're dealing in hypotheticals, or
You
what
can say whatever you want.
Oh, Halo
Right.
Reach is the best Halo game.
Halo Reach is the best Halo game. Don't anyone like
Don't at me.
the competitive people are the ones that say it's not, but it is.
Haven't played 5. I don't know how it plays.
I never played
I
5.
have played a lot of 5 story. It's very good. The
is.
story is very good. There's more Spartans. It's very good. Buck from ODST becomes a Spartan.
Yeah,
Is
I
he
saw
the
that.
Is he the Spartan that?
I watched a little bit of the walkthrough. for
No,
it.
he is in that guy's team though. Osiris
Okay.
team. Osiris team is another group of Spartans that are tasked with hunting down Master Chief because they think Master Chief has gone rogue,
Yeah.
and it's led by this guy.
Did he actually go rogue, or was he just trying
No,
to find
it's just a
Cortana?
story. It's just like
Just the story.
it's
of
like
the game.
it's like a rumor, or not a rumor, but like a false flag type thing. We're like, oh, Master Chief's evil now, and like it looks like Master Chief's evil because like weird shit's
Because
happening.
at the very beginning of the market, like the marketing, they're like, "Oh, Chief's gone rogue." Like,
Yeah, that's how it goes. And then there's I can't. What's the guy? It's like he's a black like bald guy.
Locke.
No,
Are you talking about
It's Locke.
Johnson?
no. Buck is in the new guys. There's 2 teams of Spartans. There's Master Chief,
Yeah.
and a couple Spartans, and there's this new guy who he's a bald like good looking black guy, and then in his team is
the
like
dude
Buck.
that plays Luke Cage. The dude that plays Luke Cage voices Locke.
There's that's his name. That is his name. You're right. Good
Yes.
job. I thought you were saying Buck.
No, Locke.
Locke.
Yeah.
What's his full name?
I don't know.
Do you not know? Yeah,
It's
Luke
spelled
Cage voices him.
L-O-C-K-E.
Yeah, Luke Cage voices him.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta finish the game. I never noticed that when I was playing it. And then Buck's a Spartan. The more I'm thinking about it, it does kind of sound like it now that you're saying it.
Yeah.
What did you think of Luke Cage? Did you watch the whole thing? We'll kind of diverge here.
Did not watch the whole thing.
Jesus.
I
Me
was
and
not a
Jared
fan.
watched like the first 2 episodes. I still have to finish Jessica Jones. I finished.
You didn't finish Jessica Jones.
I'm at the very end.
Jessica Jones is, in my opinion, one of the best things Marvel's put out.
Okay, well, since we're getting to this, your opinions on Iron Fist, and is it going to be good?
Iron Fist is going to be. I don't know. I say it's going to
It
be.
comes out this month.
It's going to be better than Daredevil season 1. Daredevil season 1, I think, is very, very good. I would say
You
that
can't say it's going to be better than season 2 because season 2 is amazing.
season 2 of Daredevil. Okay, listen, everybody out there right now, I've said it before on the podcast, but Daredevil season 2 is the best thing that's ever been on television ever.
Jimmy, I gotta disagree with you.
Yeah,
That's
Iron Fist
That's a bold
released-
statement, Jim.
It is, I know, but like
It releases in 11 days.
okay. So I think it's gonna be better than season 1 of Daredevil. It's gonna be better than Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be better than Jessica Jones, and it will not be better than Daredevil season 2. That's just how I feel about it. Jessica Jones it's so good.
We also have Defenders later this year.
Defenders, I feel like I'll like it, but I think it's gonna be too crowded, in my opinion. And then we have Punisher coming out, I think next year, right?
Yeah.
They started filming like
A series or a movie?
yes, series,
Oh.
They have a series
Shit.
coming.
series with John Bernthal.
Really?
I am going to jerk off as I watch that. On
I
God.
love John Bernthal.
I know you say that, and then you make fun of me for liking the John Bernthal Punisher. You've never seen it. The Spencer, back me up.
It's
the
good.
John
He
Bernthal
goes, he's
Punisher.
a savage.
He's the best Marvel character. Period. Am I crazy for saying that?
I have to say RDJ is Iron Man. Because I think RDJ was
dude.
born to play that role.
I'll give you that. I'll say that RDJ is better as Iron Man. But to be fair to John Bernthal, we only saw him for like I don't know, a cumulative
I also want to
3
say
hours.
that all the Marvel actors do not compare to the DC actors.
They're so much better.
I know.
Oh, I thought you were trying to. I thought you were saying vice versa. No, they're so much, infinitely better. Infinitely.
Yeah.
The only DC actor that has ever and will ever compare to the Marvel, any one of the Marvel actors,
Ledger.
is Heath Ledger. Yeah. Period.
I think Ben
And he's
Affleck's a
dead.
good actor. And like he's
Right, but he's not Batman. He's not.
I like his Batman more than Bale's. And I'm
Well,
not
then
Ben Affleck?
You'd be dumb.
I'm also not the biggest fan of the Nolan Batman movies.
I'm not either. I think in my opinion, Batman Begins is carried by the story.
It's just another origin story.
The Dark Knight is carried by... Well, yeah, that's why I like
The
it.
Dark Knight's carried by Heath Ledger.
The Dark Knight's carried by Heath Ledger because Bale is not very good in that.
And Bane's character isn't very good at all.
Bane's character is
Bane.
terrible. The Dark Knight Rises is the worst of the three, and
Let's just carry off a giant bomb into the sunset.
That film is carried by just the whole premise of Bruce Wayne getting away and being able to like pass the mantle on. In my opinion, that's why I like it. It is that movie is carried by the premise of Batman being a broken human, being vulnerable like he's never been before, coming back, realizing his true like destiny, and being able to leave the mantle behind. Because since his parents died, he wasn't Bruce Wayne, he was Batman. And being able to leave Batman and be Bruce Wayne. And that's why I like it. But yeah, the Nolan films they're good. The Dark Knight is very, very good. Very, very good. But the other two hit or miss for me.
I think The Dark Knight is good. But I do not think it lives up to the hype that everybody makes it out to be.
I think Ledger lives up to the hype that he's...
Ledger does, but
right.
the movie
doesn't.
The movie does not.
Right, but I would say that based on Ledger, the film is like, it's next level.
Yeah.
Ledger's Joker is on the same level as like Connery's Bond. It's on the same level of like, who else? Like there's a couple of characters in film history. Hopkins as Lecter, Hannibal Lecter, right?
I've never seen those movies.
I also have a confession.
Oh
I've never seen The Dark Knight.
I started Silence of the Lambs.
You've never seen The Dark Knight?
I've never seen The Dark Knight.
Oh, that's Maddie's favorite
Not
movie.
all of it.
That's Maddie's favorite movie.
I've seen like the scene where like shows the pencil through the guy's eye. I've seen that.
That's what I should have done for my film project. For my film project, I did Sherlock Holmes. That would have been a great film project scene. Is like walking. All you would need is like a crappy kitchen. Like we could do it in like Spencer's kitchen. Just like put some people around. I'm not. I'm not calling your kitchen crappy. I'm saying that like you live in like you live in like a regular.
Yeah, so did I.
You live in like a regular kitchen. You know, you sit everybody around a table. Who wants to see a pencil disappear? And like slam someone's head into the table.
Slam Spencer's
eye
into a pencil.
Like that was such a good scene. Like because
Spencer,
because
he walks in, we really have to slam your eye into a pencil.
He walks in all cocky and swanky, and he's
has
like...
Has your film teacher, Mr. Brought up the film project yet?
No, we know about it, but he hasn't like said anything about it yet.
Do you have any idea what scene you want to do from what movie?
We should all do it. We should do it together.
Deadpool.
How?
No, it has to be PG-13.
Oh, it
can't be R.
Unless he like
greenlights it. Yeah.
Greenlights it.
I don't know. I'm gonna explore.
Yo,
some
let's
options.
do Logan.
Oh, Logan would be cool.
Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, that was a perfect segue. Good job, Jimmy. Logan. I want to talk about Deadpool 2 first. The Deadpool 2 teaser that we got.
Yeah.
What did you think? Did you think that was funny?
Okay, first off, I want to start off with the story.
Oh my god.
End
Okay,
credit
scene.
scene.
No, I'm telling this story. Fuck you.
I want to tell it. It's my fault.
Fuck you. I go to Spencer like a week in advance, and I'm like, Spencer, is there a post-credit scene to Logan? And he said yes.
I read a Collider article where they broke that there was an end credit scene.
You told me there was an Instagram comment.
Yeah. And then...
I saw an Instagram post which led me to the article.
About an article. So then I... make sure you're closer to the mic, Jared. So then the day we go to the movie, the day it comes out, the night it came out, like it was March 2nd at 10 o'clock when we saw this movie.
Yeah.
I go to Spencer, I said, hey, are you sure there's an end credit scene? I don't want to be staying up too late waiting for it, right? He's like, yeah, I'm positive. So we sit there, we watch the whole credits.
That was a long movie.
Credits are long.
The movie was long.
The movie was...
I was ready to go after the movie.
First of all, the movie was long. And second of all, the credits were long.
The credits...
One of those extraordinarily long credits. You know what I mean? Like stupid long. And they finish. You see Logan flash on the screen one more time. And then it's over. The lights come back on in the theater.
Yeah.
And we look at Spencer and we're like, motherfucker, you asshole. You absolute asshole.
I lost 15 minutes of my life that I will never get back. Because Spencer thought there was an end credit scene.
Yeah. But whatever.
Everybody's opinions on the movie. Let's start
with
Jared.
I want to start with the Deadpool thing.
Okay.
So what did you like it? Because I have an unpopular opinion about Deadpool. You go first.
1, Deadpool's awesome.
Deadpool is awesome.
I don't care what you say. He is one of my top 5 characters.
Deadpool is awesome. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is awesome. Deadpool the movie was not awesome.
I thought it was awesome.
I disagree.
That's why I said unpopular opinion. It's not a popular opinion.
That's because you're always the...
No.
Jim's always a hater. He's a hater.
No, hear me out.
Haters mad as fire.
I'm not going to say that it's not a good movie, because I know that like I can see why people like it. It wasn't my cup of tea, because when I watch a superhero movie, I prefer it to be on the Logan side of the spectrum. The like, I don't like the DC universe where it's too just like grimy. But Logan didn't feel grimy. There were moments that made me laugh. There were moments where I was laughing out loud in that theater. Like when she's got the claws and throws the guy on the ground, and he comes in.
When he
like,
was beating the truck with the shovel.
We're going to say spoiler alert real quick, because the movie just came out 3 days ago.
Well, that was what I just said was in a trailer. So it's okay. But we might say something that's like, we won't spoil the ending of the movie.
Damn,
but we
I
might.
was just about to.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Do you want to do a spoiler review and just say spoiler alert for anyone watching this? If you don't want to be spoiled for Logan, don't watch this.
Yeah.
Or at least skip like 35 minutes into the future.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put in the description like when Logan talk ends.
Okay.
We'll do that. Okay. So anyway, but when she flips that like gas station clerk, and then he comes, he's like, not okay, and then he steals a handful of cigars and a phone charger and leaves. That was funny.
That was funny.
I like that, where it's like, it's a serious film. He is dying from metal poisoning, but it's
that's what we know it as. Like, we know that it is from the adamantium
poisoning. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he says, like, what happens to Logan is the original time, the Wolverine like injection of adamantium that we see didn't actually happen, because it got erased by
Days of Future Past.
So the one the Wolverine that we see with the thing on his head, where he's like running through the hallways killing people, that's the adamantium that actually happens. And in that scene, they take some of his. At the end of that movie, we see them take the DNA, and that's how we get Laura. Was that her name? Laura.
Yeah.
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 Which
basically
I'm just now realizing Laura is supposed to sound like Logan.
Oh.
I'm just now realizing that. I might be wrong, but like.
Yeah.
That's not her real name. Her name in the comics is X-23. She doesn't have a name in the comics. I don't think she does.
In the movie, they look at a bunch of files, and it does say X-23.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the big bad evil Wolverine is X-24.
Yeah.
Anyway, I liked Logan a lot. The reason I don't like Deadpool is because it wasn't what I look for in a superhero film. The reason I like the Captain Americas and the Iron Mans is because, like, bad shit happens, right? Like, characters get hurt, characters die, friendships are broken, lives are kind of rearranged. They're not dark and terrible because they're for kids, but bad shit does happen.
Okay.
But they're also funny. In Deadpool, it was all about the laughs. There wasn't really any, like, wow, that's some dark shit. Like, even when he's getting tortured.
I think it falls in the range of dark comedy, where it's fucked up, but they make it funny.
Like, a regular person shouldn't really laugh at him getting tortured, but, like, that's just the audience who watches
right,
it.
But that wasn't meant to be funny. I enjoy the dark comedy of, what's a good, like, dark comedy film? I don't fucking know. But, like, what I'm getting at here is there was the extreme, like, oh, shit, like, he's being, like, tortured, like, to the end of his breath and, like, brought back and then, like got caught his breath and then forced to suffocate again. Like, that's dirty and scary and gross and, like, bad. But then there's, like, him, like, jacking off with a little hand.
Yeah.
Like, with a unicorn. And I'm just
so
like...
My Little Pony.
I'm like, that's not funny.
Yeah, that was kind of gross. That made me uncomfortable.
But even the parts where, like, other people were laughing, I'm like, that's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, when he's punching Colossus and his hands are breaking.
That's funny.
That was funny.
That wasn't funny.
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
I didn't like
frankly.
it. I didn't laugh that much. I laughed more at Logan trying to smash the truck with the shovel.
After Professor X dies.
Yeah.
Logan dies.
Everyone died. Why did you spoil it that way? Like, we could have gone through a whole rigmarole of, like,
we'll get to it.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone fucking dies.
Especially love spoiling. He didn't have to say that. He's wanted to spoil it for you guys.
Yeah, he's been waiting.
The only person that doesn't die is X-23.
Right, Laura.
I do have a question with the movie. Is remember when Professor X is like, oh, like, when he's laying in the bed and he's like, oh, I remember what happened. And then he starts crying. I want to know what happened.
You didn't pick up on that?
Well, I picked up that, like, the whole thing where he, like, basically has a Caesar and, like, freezes everything and is killing everything around him. But
Okay, so here's what
I
happened.
came to the assumption that he did that and killed a lot of people. Or he did that to the X-Men.
Yes. Listen, so this is what happens. So there's the scene where they're driving in the car. Wolverine and Laura are awake. Mm-hmm. Xavier's in the back asleep. On the radio, this is after the scene in the casino in Oklahoma City. The radio is playing, and it's a news thing about what just happened. And he goes, there was an attack in Oklahoma City today where a bunch of people were paralyzed, similar to an attack in, like, wherever the X-Men used to be, that killed 7 mutants and injured 93 others. So yes, Xavier killed all the other X-Men.
That fucking sucks.
Accidentally, due to his Alzheimer's. So, all the X-Men are dead. And I don't think it's a different timeline. That's the real timeline. I'm almost positive. There were several moments in the film that paid homage or homage to the previous movies. Like, you saw shit, like, in the real world, like, how they got the DNA. That happens in Days of Future Past.
I know you have to market. And I know that, like, you have to push Deadpool 2 as soon as you can so people can get hyped. But to me, it kind of felt like in the teaser where there's, like, in the background it says, in theaters, Logan. And they kept mentioning it in the teaser that maybe it does take place in the whole Deadpool and whatever timeline that we can make up of that makes sense.
Right.
That it's in there. But at the very, very, very end.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think that... that's what I think. I think that this is existing in the timeline, the real timeline that we know. It's not some alternate universe where all the X-Men are dead. No, Xavier kills all the X-Men. So, here's my theory, and I'd like to see this. X-Men reboot.
They're already doing it with New Mutants.
Yeah.
And
that's
they're making
what I want.
a Jean Grey movie.
But what I
movie.
want is I don't want any of those other motherfuckers. I don't want Sophie Turner playing Jean Grey because she was atrocious.
She's already came out and said that she starts filming later this year.
Atrocious as Jean Grey.
She's good in Game of Thrones.
Barely.
I think she is.
What? Dude,
wait, who does she play in Game of Thrones?
She plays Sansa.
Sansa.
The redhead.
Yeah, I know who Sansa is.
Yeah. Terrible.
Remember when we're talking about Apocalypse?
When she's sobbing.
Oh, yes.
When she's sobbing as she's getting raped by those guys and the Hound comes in and hacks him and she's like, oh my god, thank you. And the Hound's like, I'm not a knight. And he like walks off. Like, she's just terrible in every scene.
No, she wasn't good in Game of Thrones, I thought. I didn't see anything that was like, oh my god, that was terrible acting.
Like,
no, she's done a terrible I think of her the same way I think of the blonde from The Walking Dead. Arya. No.
Which one?
The blonde from The Walking Dead.
There are a couple of blondes in The Walking Dead.
The one that gets killed, the one who blows her head off after she gets bit by a zombie she falls in love with the governor. The hell was her name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I know who you're talking about. I haven't
watched
watched that show in
It starts with an A.
very long
Adrian. Fuck, whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah, the one who starts fucking with the governor.
She's got 2 faces. That's Sansa. Sansa has 2 facial expressions: sad and surprised. She doesn't do anything for herself throughout the entire film. She's a bad character. I don't like Sansa Stark.
Well, except at the very end.
Right, but you know.
Hey, don't spoil that for me though.
Don't
season.
spoil the Game of Thrones.
I was talking about X-Men.
I know, but I haven't seen 6 yet.
Oh, I
still need to watch season 6.
Oh, you're saying in X-Men she doesn't do anything. What I'm saying is in Game of Thrones she doesn't do anything either. She's fucking terrible. She's a waste of a character.
Well, it's not necessarily her fault.
Right. Well, you know what I mean, though. She's a bad character. Like, her, like, not she's written to be that way, but she's a character that I dislike.
I get it, but
Arya is a great character, because Arya is like, all my family's dead, I'm gonna go do something about it. Sansa's like, I'll just marry Joffrey. It'll be
I don't
okay.
like Arya.
I don't like Arya because here's the thing. Arya's a character. She's like a 12-year-old girl, and it's like, yeah, this 12-year-old girl's gonna do all this shit that, like, these grown men have trouble doing, like...
Well, that's why she's joining the Faceless Men.
But it's just kind of stupid. Like, yeah, this 12-year-old girl's gonna join the Faceless...
She's going to gain supernatural powers
We
through
also
the Faceless
have to
Men.
remember that this is a TV show, and it is fiction. Not everything...
Right, but I don't want to have to suspend my disbelief to something that I don't need to. For example, I can suspend my disbelief that this is a magical universe with dragons. I shouldn't have to suspend my disbelief that a 12-year-old girl can kill somebody. You know what I mean? it doesn't make sense. Right, like, oh, dragons don't make sense. Right, but I'm suspending my disbelief. When a 12-year-old girl kills a grown man with a sword...
I'm like, yeah.
Right, like, yeah.
I can't believe that.
It's
dumb.
In terms of physics and, like, the way, like, bodies work, it doesn't make sense. But a dragon, like, you'd have to believe in the story. But no, I believe that...
Real quick, how many seasons are going to be in Game of Thrones?
There will be 8.
8? So they're almost done.
Yeah, 7 will be filmed. 7 only has 8 episodes, and then 8 will only have 8 episodes. Am I right about that?
I think 8 has 7.
8 has 7 episodes?
I was going to say, if they kept going for, like, another 8 years or something, like, you know...
I would stop watching the show.
But, you know,
what they're doing is they're doing it right.
They're doing it?
They're doing Breaking Bad. They're doing...
Sopranos?
Sopranos. They're doing it the right way. The way that a film or a TV show that's...
a successful and good TV show should do.
The way you do it is you end it. You have a defined ending to your story. Not when your ratings are down, you write in an ending. You end your story. You tie up your loose ends. Because so many shows... The Walking Dead should have ended after fucking 6 seasons. That show should have been wrapped up in 6 seasons.
I will say I love that show. They're on season 7.
Yeah. It should have been done last season. Okay. The whole...
What I think they're going to do...
The whole governor thing should have been... The whole governor thing should have been donezo. Like, from the moment that the governor... Like, they stretched that out too long. It was just this long rigmarole of bullshit that didn't mean anything to anyone. And they milked that, and especially season 2 and season 3. Season 4 kind of gets better, but those 2 middle seasons, they should have compressed it down, made it shorter, and then seasons 4 and 5, we could have had some resolution to, like, the previous issues. You know, we could have gotten through Terminus, and because the Terminus part is amazing, where Rick's biting that dude's throat out.
It's only like half of an episode, though.
No, well, there's Rick and Daryl getting to Terminus.
Are you talking about the whole terminal?
That whole, like, scene, like that, whole, like, them walking to Terminus after the prison break, right? From the prison, from the end of the beginning of the prison break,
right,
through them killing him in the church.
See, I gotta disagree with you on this whole, like, I know what you're saying, how it's kind of drags, but what they're doing with The Walking Dead is it's not like a Breaking Bad where it's just like one character's story. It's all these people. This is my prediction. I think Rick's gonna die at some point, and then Carl's gonna be the main guy. Right, it's gonna be a whole thing. Right. It's not just one character's story.
I like that, the way you're describing it, but from what I've seen thus far, they haven't done that
because they're not doing that yet. That's not what they're doing right now.
They might do it once they get through Negan.
They're not done with Rick's story.
Haven't they signed on for like 12 seasons?
I want to say like 15, like something crazy.
But like, and that's another thing.
That's also a contract, and they don't have to.
Yeah, I don't want to see bad things happen to Rick. That's my other problem.
I love Rick.
Right, Rick deserves something good to happen to him. I think, like, that's just where I hold issue with this. It's like, you've created this character. It's like, okay, so with Dragon Ball Z, the intention was for Goku to die, teleporting Cell to the Supreme Kai's planet.
Mm-hmm.
So Cell could blow up the planet, and Goku would die. The intention was for Goku to be dead. Gone.
I literally just watched this. Yeah. At the very end of the Cell Saga,
they thank Goku for his service to Earth.
Goku is like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm the reason why everything keeps coming here. I'm staying with Kai, and I'm just gonna train.
Yeah. Gohan is meant to then be the guy.
Take up the mantle.
That's why we get the BoJack thing. Yeah, that's what was meant to happen. The fans got so pissed that Akira Toriyama was like, fuck it, I gotta bring Goku back. And that's why it's Goku and Vegeta fusing instead of Gohan.
I thought Goku and Gohan should have fused.
No, Vegito is awesome. Don't take that from me.
I
am Super Vegito! And he's like...
You're just a Vegeta fanboy.
I'm currently rewatching all of DBZ, and
You should just watch Kai and then the Majin Buu arc, because Kai simplifies a lot of the bullshit, and it takes away the filler.
I'm in the
All
Buu
killer,
saga.
no filler.
I'm in the Buu saga. Got to the point where it's Majin Vegeta.
Majin Vegeta. Oh, yeah, okay. Where he's like evil and shit.
Yeah.
That... Oh, I want to talk about Xenoverse a minute, if you guys are cool with that.
Okay.
So, Xenoverse 2 came out a few months ago, and I just picked it up. Having a ton of fun with it. I think you should get it, Spencer. You would love it. you would nut over Xenoverse 2 because it's like it's an RPG of Dragon Ball. That's what it is. It's a Dragon Ball Z RPG.
It's more like a fighting game, though, and I'm not really into that.
But it's not really a fighting game. It's a Dragon Ball
besides walking
game.
around the main
You have to
area.
think about what you're doing, or else you're not going to be able to get past anything.
It's not like Soul Calibur where it's like memorize these combos and shit. It's like, okay, I'm fighting this guy. You know, I need to bring these items, and I need to know like, oh, I need like a small regen, a medium regen, because I'm not, I'm fighting fucking Beerus and Whis. Like I'm not gonna be able to beat them both if I don't have all the equipment that I need. And then like you gotta know like what moves you want, like allot your points properly, because there are certain skills that you have, like super attacks, like your Kamehamehas and shit. You allot points to that to make it better. And then there's super attacks that are strikes, so it's like Meteor Rush, and it's like a bunch of punches and kicks and shit. It's a fun game. I like it a lot, and it's all about customizing your character and stuff. So yeah, it is a fighting game. But not in the sense that like Mortal Kombat's a fighting
Street
game.
Fighter. Like I hate those games.
Because that's 2-dimensional. Even though the characters are 3D, it's a 2-dimensional platform. Right. This is like a whole area
it's
that
like
we're
4D.
in. I can fly from like this side of the arena all the way over there and look around 360 while Vegeta fights over there. That guy. Like it's all different. It's not one like 6x9 area that you're constrained to. It kind of reminds me of like the older games, like Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
That was a good game.
That's a great game, awesome game. But no, it's a good time. But what I was getting at was there's a scene in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 where what was the moment that had me in the feels that I texted you about? I can't even remember. Future timeline where Trunks is with the sword Trunks, and all the androids have killed everybody. The whole purpose of the game is like the timelines are messed up, so you have to go back and fix them. So Super Trunks is in the timeline where Gohan gets killed in his own timeline.
Yeah, doesn't that happen in? No, it didn't happen in GT.
No, it's okay. So it
happens in the flashback, and that's why Trunks comes back.
Right, exactly. So Trunks goes back in time to his own timeline, because it is future Trunks that is like one of the main characters in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. So he goes back in time to his own timeline. He knows what happens. He knows that Gohan dies, but he can't do anything about it because he needs to keep the timeline the same so history stays normal, right? So he has the opportunity to save Gohan's life, but he doesn't, and he's like heartbroken over it, and he's crying, and Gohan's like, Trunks, is there something you gotta tell me? And Trunks is like, Gohan, you can't. And Trunks is like, you can't go. And Gohan's like, you're alive, and that means everything's okay. So I gotta do this. And he goes, this battle's worth something. And he flies off, and he gets killed by the fucking androids brutally. And it's like, damn, like Gohan gave his life.
See, I don't know about playing that game because I think it'll fuck with my knowledge of Dragon Ball and like be like, okay, this changed. But
it won't, because it's like the whole time you are correcting the timeline. So for example, in the Frieza saga, instead of Goku's body getting stolen by Ginyu, Vegeta's body gets stolen by Ginyu. So no one's around to fight Goku Ginyu and get Goku's body back. It's Vegeta the whole time. So he kills everyone. So you have to go fight Vegeta Ginyu, get Vegeta his body back. Ginyu then steals Goku's body, and you have to fight Goku Ginyu to get Goku his body back. So it's fixing the timeline back to the real state of things. But it's a good game. I think you should play it. I got a couple more topics here. We can get off Logan. We can get off Marvel and video games and stuff if you guys want. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
Talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Spencer, take us away. Horizon Zero Dawn review, go.
Okay. Mars movie reviews, and I'm gonna review Horizon Zero Dawn.
Gotta do the jingle. Mars movie reviews, ding ding.
So, I didn't have the money to pick up Horizon because fuck paying $60. I'm gonna redbox this shit. I personally really enjoy Horizon because it kind of mixes a bunch of things that I like from separate games, jams it all together, and puts it somewhere where you've never really played before. And there's a lot of people that bitch about this whole gender equality thing in video games. Personally, I think it's a little bullshit.
Lara Croft has been a video game character since the early 90s. Carry on.
I like Aloy's character. For any of you that don't play Horizon or are going to, Aloy is the main character. She's like a middle-aged girl.
She looks young. She's not middle-aged.
She looks like 20.
Okay, like 20.
Do you know what middle-aged is?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like 35, 40.
No, yeah, it's like 45. It's like the middle of your age.
Yeah.
She's like a 20-year-old girl, and she is like she's an outcast.
Yeah.
She has, in the video game universe, if you don't have a mother, you get shoved out of the tribe, and basically you have to fend for yourself. And she has this like father figure named Rost, and Rost has to train her so she can figure out who her mother was and like why she was an outcast, and basically like her story and like where she's come from. And something that I really like about the game is that both the story and the gameplay are good.
Yeah.
The gameplay, there's so many different types of air quotes machines, which is what they're called in the game.
They're just like animals, all right?
Yeah, they're
The
like
animal
animals,
things.
but
Dinosaurs.
mechanized.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's a crocodile one, there's a deer one, there's one that looks like a fucking T-Rex.
Fucking stegosaurus.
There's regular like
motherfucker.
mech things.
Yeah.
And I think it puts a lot of diversity into the game because each enemy is different with how you have to deal with them. So let's take one of the machines that is vulnerable to ice or shock, and then there's others that are vulnerable to fire.
Right.
And you have to break off their armor. And then there's also like some stealth parts that are thrown in the game. But then there are also regular humans, which you have to kill in the game too. And there are like different types of those enemies too.
I am hearing that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild stomps Horizon Zero Dawn. What do you have to say to that? Are you a Zelda guy?
I've
played all of them, and I'm the kind of guy where like I'll buy a Wii U to play like a Zelda game. That's the kind of motherfucker I am. Like I started with Ocarina of Time.
That was a good game.
I didn't play Majora's Mask. I know, fucking sue me. I took a little time off, but I played Wind Waker. Which was fucking awesome. Wind Waker is one of like the top 5 Zelda games.
Was it the one that was like really animated?
Yeah.
Like cartoony animated?
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of that one.
It's a very good game if you look away from the art style.
I didn't like the art style.
Wind Waker is awesome. Then there's Twilight Princess.
That was a great one.
Fucking ballerific. Which, I mean, aside from the wolf scenes, which are kind of bullshit, but
that was just kind of stupid. I feel like they
overall,
just put that in there.
overall, great game. Then you've got Skyward Sword. Fucking lit.
I hear
I
that
barely
game's
played
not
that
that good.
Lit.
Was that on the Wii?
Yeah.
Where's the Wii U?
I hear the intro to that game takes like 3 hours.
It does. It's a long fucking
I
time.
only played the intro. After the intro, I couldn't get past it, and I was just like, I can't play this anymore.
No, I enjoyed Skyward Sword. And then, now we have Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
So, I want to play it.
I want to play it bad.
I have a confession.
Yeah.
The only Zelda game I played is Phantom Hourglass for the DS.
Really?
That's a sin, Spencer.
I've never played
You
Ocarina,
should be
never
lynched
played
for that.
Majora.
Ocarina is like... That's textbook.
That was the 64.
I thought about buying a 3DS
right? That was the
just so I can play Ocarina.
I thought about buying the Nintendo 64 to play Ocarina.
It's textbook. It's like video game 101. If you like everyone like they're for everyone like when you ask them what's your first video game? Oh, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Everybody says that.
I played the game when I was 2 years old.
And he's not lying. Like you might say like, oh, you were 2 years old. Like, granted, he was fucking around with the buttons and like walking around. Like he wasn't playing the story, but he played the game.
Right.
I beat the story because I was like what 6?
I remember going in like the giant tree thing.
Yeah.
And had
With
like
the spiders.
yeah, the spiders scare the shit out of me. When you go out at night, the skeletons come out.
In the Hyrule fields and shit.
Yeah,
I remember like I don't
scared me.
remember how I did it, but there was a way that like you could go into the castle and like you would become an older Link with like a blue one or a red one. Like, I don't remember how I did
Don't
this.
you
but,
jump
like,
in time?
I don't remember how I did this.
Well, it is the Ocarina of Time, so yeah.
I don't remember how I did it. I don't know why I did it. I know that I could do it.
No, because I think like when you played the Ocarina or something, you played some certain song, you get older or something.
Maybe I don't know. I don't remember.
It's been 15 years for me.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
But whatever. But yeah, I'm hearing that Breath of the Wild is better than Horizon Zero Dawn. Defend Horizon Zero Dawn, or tell me that Zelda's going to be better. You tell me. What do you think, Spencer?
I haven't played Zelda, so I don't know. I've also really never played any of the other Zelda games. From what I've seen and watched of Breath of the Wild, it looks amazing. And it looks something that I could put my teeth into and play for at least 100 hours.
100 hours, Spencer.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That is a very long time. But the world is massive.
Right.
It's huge.
You can start the game and go to the ending boss fight. You know that, right?
You what?
You can go to Ganon's castle and try to fight him as soon as you get out of, like, the 2-minute tutorial stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But obviously you're going to get fucking wrecked.
You might not. If
I
you're
love
good.
getting wrecked.
Piper Perry. Piper Perry getting wrecked.
Okay.
I think that's cool though how they put that in there. Even
Yeah.
though you can't really beat them.
Like in Far Cry 4, how you can just wait at the table until Pagan Min comes back and the game's over.
That was a great game.
Let's go blow some shit up! That's a great game.
Nolan North voices him, right?
Yeah.
I love
Nolan North voices so many motherfuckers.
Are they coming out with a new Far Cry anytime soon that we know of?
Hopefully.
I'm really hyped for a new Far Cry because Primal sucked.
Primal was ass. You were trying to tell me it wasn't.
It was fun playing it at the time for like a week,
Yeah.
but then it was just like, this is kind of dumb. It was kind of a small map and
Ass game. But yeah, so Spencer, out of 10, what do you rate Horizon Zero Dawn?
9.
Really?
Yeah.
like 9, like a flat 9, like 9.5.
It's the second best PS4 exclusive I've played.
What's the best?
Uncharted 4 because I love Uncharted.
I would-
Actually, no. I put Horizon above Uncharted 4.
Set your fanboy aside, Spencer. Best game on the PlayStation you've played.
Horizon.
You say Horizon.
Yes.
Should I get Horizon as soon as I can?
Yes.
Jerome, what's the best game on PlayStation you've played?
That's a tough one. I'm not going to include Fallout 4 or Skyrim because Skyrim's remastered, obviously.
Fallout 4 is up there for me.
That's a tough one. It's none of the Call of
Because
Duties.
I binged Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah. I have so much time.
How much time do you have on Fallout 4?
300 hours at least.
That's literally absurd.
Maybe on Skyrim I have I want to say 600 maybe on Skyrim.
You have 600 hours on Skyrim?
Somewhere around that, maybe 500, but I've been playing that game so
You've been playing since it came out.
Yeah.
You never stopped.
I never really put down.
Now, is that including remastered?
Yeah.
Okay. That actually makes more sense.
That's with, and that's not on one single character.
No.
I've made several different characters.
I still haven't even finished the remastered.
I don't know how you haven't.
What would be my favorite game
I'm on my third playthrough on just the remastered.
on PlayStation 3 so far? I don't know. I think Fallout's up there.
Yeah.
I like The Last of Us. I don't really count because it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive.
Yeah, that's why I don't count Skyrim.
Infamous Second Son.
That was a great
I
game.
really enjoyed that. There were a lot of games in the PS3 or PS4 that I've liked so far. A lot of
There's
good
nothing
games.
that really wowed me yet. 'Cause I
Really?
don't want to count any, Fallout or Skyrim. I don't know why I don't want to count those.
Mm-hmm.
But none of the Call of Duties were great. Battlefield 1.
I enjoyed Black Ops 3.
Battlefield 1 was alright.
I'm really enjoying.
I played it, but it's kind of like a passive
Spencer sold it.
Yeah, I did.
Nematode.
Gotta get other games.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, nothing's really wowed me in the way that this is the best game ever.
Right. I would agree, though. That makes a lot of sense. Games of E3. That's where I want to take this next. What are you most excited for to see at E3? Jared, I know your answer, but tell us anyway.
What do you think my answer's gonna be?
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2.
Red Dead 2.
Spencer? Is it Red Dead 2? Because mine's Red Dead 2.
Mine's Battlefront 2.
Mine is either... That's a good answer. Red Dead 2, Battlefront 2, or the new COD. Because I think that...
I'm so done with COD
We,
now.
but hang on.
I'm telling you,
Here's
this
the
can
thing.
be the revival of COD.
Here's the thing.
Jimmy,
I know.
every year. Hold on, real quick. Every year, since maybe Black
Hey,
Ops 2.
I'm getting a phone call from Coral Springs, Florida. Should I answer it during the podcast?
Answer it and put it on speaker.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, James.
Hi.
My name is Catherine from Employee Services on our recording line. My records indicate you're looking for a job. Is that correct?
I'm looking for a what? I'm sorry? I think she hung up.
Stage fright.
Stage fright, man. She must have been scared that she was on the podcast.
Anyway,
I thought she said a job. I'm not
that's
looking
what I
for
thought
a-
she said.
I'm looking for a job.
Have you signed up for anything like job searching
Jim,
website?
she said job.
She
Said
did say
job.
She said job.
Jim, maybe you should get a job.
Yeah.
I have a job. It's killing pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, okay, this is what I think about COD. They've confirmed it's boots on the ground. There is no 3D movement in the new COD.
I've heard rumors of it confirmed, but is it like confirmed?
It's confirmed.
Where is it confirmed?
Okay. So every year, Activision has this big not press conference, but it's like all their investors and like board of directors meet, and they talk about the year they've had so far. It's like a Q4 conference. And in the conference, they talked about the games they've released, how their games, and Infinite Warfare underperformed significantly.
Oh, wait, really?
Underperformed.
I wouldn't have guessed.
You wouldn't. Oh, you're
yeah.
being sarcastic. Okay. So yeah, Infinite Warfare underperformed. So they're like
Still the best-selling game of the year. Bill's still the best-selling game. Of
Was it
2016.
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
How?
I don't know.
because people are stupid.
Because I bought it. Because
Yeah,
we all bought
we
it.
all bought it.
I didn't buy it.
Yeah, I know you didn't buy it.
But
Shit game.
I played it for COD 4.
I did play with COD 4, and
Honestly, in all honesty, how many games of Infinite Warfare did you play?
I don't know. I'm level 5. I just got to level 5 last night.
It was kind of hard to level up in that game.
It was.
I
hold on.
played one game.
I played one game last night. I ranked up to level 5, and then I was just done. I was like, I can't play this anymore.
There's nothing in me that wants to play.
It just, I feel like there's no incentive to play.
Yeah, but here's
Does
the
that
thing.
make sense?
So yeah, what they said in the conference is, I don't know if they used the phrase "boots on the ground," but they did say traditional gameplay, and they said that we need to revert to traditional gameplay.
Okay.
Everyone like in the YouTube,
I'll say this confirmation.
everybody in the YouTube Call of Duty industry, like T-Mart, Ali A, all those guys, like that means boots on the ground. And I don't know if they have some kind of inside information that I don't.
They probably don't. That's like corporate stuff.
Right, but the meeting is open like to us, and we read the transcripts, right? So like it's not like something that like we got these transcripts like out there, that we know that this was said. So I don't know if they have some kind of other like confirmation that we didn't get, but we know this to be true. So it's gonna be boots on the ground. We don't know where, but here are my ideas. I think it's either gonna be Vietnam or World War II. I don't think Kyle would go all the way back to World War I, and I certainly don't think they'd make another Modern Warfare. I think they're going to go either with a Vietnam or a World War II shooter.
Dude, I'm hoping for like a Korea.
No one's playing Operation Korea at 4 a.m.
45
Minute campaign through the Panama Canal.
We're gonna have another joke about the color palette, and everything's gonna be fucking green.
But I'd rather that than like 87 different vibrant colors of pink on Nuketown
Right.
2027 or something, whatever.
I didn't like how in the new even
No.
Black Ops 3,
Like we joke about
it's like
that.
a fucking rainbow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The joke, like during Ghosts, like, oh, it's so brown and gray. I prefer every map on Ghosts to any map on Infinite Warfare.
What's that one map in Black Ops 3 where it's like a fucking like shrunk picnic table?
It's literally called Micro. It's a shrunken picnic table.
It's fucking dumb. Why
Yeah.
the fuck did they do that?
I would prefer the realistic maps of Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, and Ghosts. I don't care what the color palette's like. Oh, it's so gray and brown. Yeah, it's a fucking war zone. What do you want? You want a purple splashing every once in a while? Why?
All right, Bob Ross,
That's
chill.
silly. Like, that's silly. It's a silly thing to want. Like if you want a silly shooter, go buy a silly shooter. Go
buy Splatoon.
Splatoon.
Even Halo, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Halo.
Red versus blue.
Red versus blue with Rooster Teeth, right?
Right.
Is that Rooster Teeth? It is
Yeah,
Rooster Teeth that
yeah,
makes it, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but so I think COD, Red Dead Redemption, and Star Wars.
Yes.
You think it's gonna be prequels?
I think it's gonna be everything.
Everything? That'd be so great.
I think they're gonna take the Battlefield 1 approach, and like, I know that they already came out and said that they're gonna have a campaign. I think they're gonna do what Battlefield 1 did, and they're gonna have separate
That would make sense.
little campaigns in the bigger one.
Okay, yeah.
That would be so much fun. Oh my god.
Do we know anything about Assassin's Creed?
No.
Anything
No,
more than we already
not
know?
really.
We can talk about the screenshot that we saw.
That's what I'm.
The
referring to.
screenshot that got released, we think people in the industry think it's Assassin's Creed, and from the looks of it, it looks very Egyptian, like instead of a tomb or a pyramid or something like that. Jared, where would you want it to be? Your ideal?
Anywhere that doesn't have firearms.
Okay, so no guns.
Yeah, so probably pre-14th century.
Pre-Renaissance.
Yeah. Did you like the gun attachment on the blade that Ezio had?
Yeah.
I did too.
I did like that, but obviously that was just my personal preference. You could replace that with a throwing knife or a blowgun or something stupid.
Exactly.
It's just a ranged weapon at
Right,
all.
just a ranged weapon. Spencer, where would you want to go?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Around the world in one time period, like you said.
Way to steal my idea, Spencer. But yeah, that's where I was going. As I would like to see like one assassin traveling around looking for pieces of Eden, going to different cultures like feudal Japan, Egypt, dope shit like that. But that's what I would want. But yeah, I think that Assassin's Creed, I don't think it'll. You think we'll get a taste of it at E3 and it'll drop this October?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
That's usually what happens.
That'd be really interesting.
Because usually you get a trailer sometime February, March, April. They show gameplay at E3, and then it releases in October, November.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm itching for Assassin's Creed, even though I hated Syndicate and Unity. I'm itching for a new game to come out. But that's just me. I don't know.
Horizon kind of fills that void because it has all like the parkour
elements
of Assassin's Creed, which is good. But I've been waiting for a good Assassin's Creed game
for a while.
Fuck Syndicate.
Yeah,
fuck
Syndicate.
Unity.
That game is terrible. Game is booty. Game is straight ass juice.
Little off topic from Assassin's Creed. This is just your guys' opinion. Jimmy, Fallout New Orleans. What's the possibility?
Low.
1 in 10.
What's the possibility of a new Fallout game anytime soon?
Very low.
Do you think they're going to release Elder Scrolls first?
Yeah.
No way.
Before
No
Fallout
way.
5? Or like
I'm not saying a Fallout 5. I'm saying
any Fallout
deviation.
Game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fallout 3
like
and
New
New Vegas
Vegas
came out on the same console.
True.
You know what I mean? I'm saying they're going to release some kind of Fallout game way before Elder Scrolls.
There have still been rumors about New Orleans.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happening.
That'd be so. I love New Orleans, so it'd be fun.
But
for
would
me.
you say there's going to be a deviation?
Yes, I will say.
In the next 5 years?
Yes, I would wager if I had to bet my money on it.
To be honest, I think they'll be done with ES6 by the time.
No, dude.
In 5 years.
From what I understand, though, they don't even have the technology to make Elder
Yeah,
Scrolls
they haven't even
6
started
yet.
it, did they? They just like getting concepts and story.
Yeah. I don't think they've even started.
I think they've started a little bit.
Like I said, I think they're.
I would bet you they would make a
Concept
very.
and-
I would say they would just make a deviation.
I think they're
game.
making in the early stages, very early stages.
But I would say
Elder
that
Scrolls 6.
we'll just get basically a Fallout 4 DLC in the form of a new game before we get Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's just how I feel about it. And I'm cool with that. I almost prefer.
Hey, any
Fallout.
game like that, I'm good with.
Yeah. Okay. I've only got one more topic that we can touch on because we're nearing the 1 hour mark. Do you want to hear the topic?
I want to hear the topic.
It's a game.
What?
Okay. Here's the game. You have to come up with a movie title. Okay. It's any movie that exists. Okay.
Okay.
It has to be not only the title of a movie, but it also has to be a double meaning, a double entendre of a porn title. Okay? So I'll give you an example. Gone in 60 Seconds. Okay? We're going to go in a circle. The last one to have ideas wins. Okay?
I can't even think of any.
Right, that's the best part.
I got my first
So
one.
we'll start with Jared, we'll go to me, and then Spencer.
Okay.
Okay? Jared, you go first.
In the heat of the night.
In the heat of the night.
In the heat of the night.
Okay, Waterworld.
Speed.
Round 2 is gonna be tough. I'm running through every movie.
Jared's like, okay, come on.
Running through every movie in my memory banks right now.
Can you really not come up with anything?
No. Toy Story.
This man said Toy Story. Fuck. No Country for Old Men. Country spelled differently.
Bridesmaids.
Come on. This is hard.
Alright, keep going, Jared.
Oh. Good luck, Chuck.
What?
Like that's what you say to someone before they go have sex. Good luck.
I'll accept it, but your next one needs to be better.
Slow down. I'm having trouble.
There will be blood.
Shit.
Come on, Spencer. You know you got this.
This is hard. I feel like you've been premeditating.
Yeah, you're on your phone looking up movie titles. You're a cheater.
Cheat.
Let's not talk about cheaters.
Sure,
Go, come on, hurry up.
I don't know. I'm done.
You're out?
I'm out. I can't think of anything.
There's no way you're out.
Finding Nemo.
No, you can't. No, that's not a good one.
If you think about it.
All right, come on, Jordan. Think of one.
Dude, I couldn't.
I got one.
What?
Pitch Black.
Okay, I'll accept it, but your next one has to be better.
Avatar.
The Big Lebowski.
That one's stupid.
Why did you say Avatar?
I think Avatar's better than The Hobbit.
How are any of these porn titles?
Lord of the Rings.
The Hobbit just has a really small dick.
Snatch.
Teeth.
That is
Fuck you.
a movie about a girl with teeth in her vagina. Spencer, come on. We all gotta come up with two more. Come on, you're better.
Speed
than
Racer.
Speed Racer.
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed.
Fast.
Fast and Furious.
That's a good one. Oh Jesus. I don't know.
You're cheating so
I
bad.
am cheating.
Oh, I got one.
The Babadook.
I got one. Transformers, but all the characters are transgenders.
Transgenders. That'd be fun.
Especially, you're cheating. You can't describe the movie.
You can't change the. I changed the title though. No Country for Old Men.
Well, that's acceptable.
Is it really? You think so?
But Spencer, described the movie. All the Transformers are transgenders.
Holes.
Holes.
Fuck.
That's a good one, right?
That's a good one.
Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
I'm not sure how that's a point.
Yeah, I don't know.
That one works.
I love how he just goes, that one works.
I found an X and XX a lot. Jimmy.
Multiple times.
You know, I know. That's a good one.
Aquaman.
I'm gonna say Wonder Woman then. Fuck you.
No, because Aquaman, everything's wet.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't get it.
Jaws.
But where do Jaws come in?
Oh.
Why did we just make that noise into the microphone?
Spencer, one more. Come on, give me your best shot.
Best shot. Let's go, Spencer.
Come on. You got it.
I'm thinking.
You got it.
Somebody else say one.
I can't come up with anything.
Fuck.
I'm all out of I don't know. I can't even think of anything anymore. I think we've expended all of our
Now we're
porno
just
titles.
looking through all my
now we're just looking at
DVDs
the
to come up
DVDs.
with something.
G.I.O.
G.I. Ho, the man says.
Starcock.
What? You didn't even try. You just added cock to the end of Star Wars.
Guardians of the Penis.
Oh, Dark Knight Rises.
Dead dick.
Dead dick.
Can we change the title at all? Or
Liar,
no?
liar.
Okay.
Spencer, you can't name movies about yourself.
Okay. This is slowly just gonna turn into us coming up with porn parody names.
Big fat liar.
Switched at birth.
That's a TV show.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Down your throat.
Heat. What are some? Come on, we're better than this.
We are better than
The
this.
Boss.
The Boss. What?
Ghost Rider.
Come on.
That was actually pretty
Night
good.
at the Museum. That's a good one.
That is a good one. Come on. I'm like thinking.
Date
of,
night.
Okay, that's a fair one.
50 First Dates.
I'm like thinking.
50 Shades of Grey.
Click.
That's literally a porno.
Click.
Clit. We came up with a lot more than I thought I would. A lot of them were dumb as shit, like Starcock. But
Dead dick.
dead. Oh my god.
Oh.
But no, we did come up with a few.
Indiana
That was a
Jones
pretty.
in the Kingdom of the Crystal Penis.
What? What does that mean?
All right. Hey, if you got a crystal penis, comment down below. Like this video.
Or if you come up with a good porn parody name, comment
Indiana
it.
Jones in the Temple of Sex.
Stop. You're out of the channel. We're bringing Nathan back.
I'm gonna start my own channel.
I'm gonna start my own channel. It's called Cheaters United. Anyway, I think that's episode 4, right?
That's
That's
a
4.
wrap.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day. And again, comment below your porn titles, like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.